Hello, everybody. This is Anna. I'm from the MCC team of consultants. I'm gonna be today hosting this live with our special guest, William Loaiza. Let's see if I can invite him so you can get to know his experience and what was his journey, his EB-3 journey. Just give us a few more minutes. Sometimes it doesn't work, but right now it works. William, how are
Hi.
you?
Hi, everyone. I was waiting. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep, perfect. Yep.
That's fantastic. Nice to meet you. Just for everyone who just joined this live event, we haven't met each other before, so I'm really excited to get to know your experience and to also to share this information with the people who is joining this live. So thank you so much for your time and for making this effort to get to get to different people to get to know your story. So thank you so much for connecting with us. And I don't know if you want to introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, what you like, so we can start.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my experience with MCC and with the AB3 program. Um, my name is William Loaiza. I'm from Colombia, born and raised in Bogota, and an
Okay.
area near Bogota. Um, as a my profession is in advertising.
Okay.
I joined it to the AB2 program with the Stoughton Trailers. So could be nothing to do with my profession, but yeah, there is a lot of opportunities to grow and to learn new things.
Okay, that's great. Are you married, William?
Yeah, so I'm here with my wife, and we're expecting a little girl for the next year. Yeah,
Wow. So you just
yeah.
get pregnant or how
Uh,
how
like 6 months.
six
So
months?
yeah, so the next,
Wow.
yep, it will be due in March. So it was part of the plan, I would say. So yeah, so we were pretty happy that everything that has happened here, and that's the best part of is the cherry.
Wow, congratulations. That's
Thank you very
great.
much. Thank you.
Wow, I wish you the best health for that little baby who's coming soon.
Thank you.
That's great. William, let's start. So, this
Okay.
whole live is about you, your experience. I'd like to start by getting to know how was the decision making of starting this process. How did you find out that MCC USA offered this possibility through the EB-3 category?
Okay, so let me give you a little bit of background. So when me and my wife started or joined the process, it was COVID. It was the beginning of COVID.
Okay.
So we had an experience living in Australia, and then that kind of like gave us the idea to migrate to outside
Mm-hmm.
of Colombia. But unfortunately, Australia is too far. So we
Yeah.
were looking for some opportunities, maybe migrating in another countries like close in America.
Mhm.
So we there was a friend, no, sorry, there was a relative that he joined to the program 1 month before, and then
Okay.
so he shared that with us, and then it sounds interesting for us because the program in Australia was um, difficult back then, and maybe now it could be worse or more
Yeah.
difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And then so this process, we could continue our lives in Colombia, all our projects, and it was close. It was a 6 hour flight. There is a direct flight from pretty much every city in the United States. but we
Mhm.
are near to Chicago, so there is a direct flight. So there was a lot of things that gave us that idea that might be the path for us. So my background, even if it's in advertising, I worked for a manufacturing company for 7, 8 years. So I kind of had some experience where I had an idea. And then I
Okay.
said, okay, let's go for Stoughton Trailers because it's a manufacturing company, it's in the transportation industry. So that's we made the decision. We took the lead. So it was like my relative, he just did it, and then we said, oh, if he's doing it, I'll do it.
Okay. Yesterday we had another live, and it was like the same thing. Someone from the family or a friend knew this process, and then after they jumped, then you guys jumped. Yeah, because everyone at the end of the day needs to trust the company, needs to trust the process. Maybe when you were starting, there were not much information about this. It was not well known, but right now we make a big effort, and thank you so much for giving us the space because we get to transmit the experience of someone who already did the process, completed the process, went through the whole process. So yeah, it's our mission
Mhm.
um, to get this process to be a lot more known. So yeah, so thank you to your relative. You get to know this process and start it. So
Yep.
I just want to point something, and is that when you compare migrating to another country like Australia or to Canada or to another country, when you make like a versus of which one is better, EB3 and the United States goes absolutely well with everyone because it doesn't matter what's your background. It doesn't matter if you have any related experience with the job that you are making. What it's important is that you go directly to get a permanent residency, which is super hard. I know I have friends in
Yeah.
Australia, and it's extremely difficult to get a permanent residency there. And with this process, you go directly and get one. So you don't have to
Yep.
wait for anything or do another process after that, or go studying first and then try to make another process. So yeah, it was a great move,
Yeah,
William.
that was that made the difference because we saw kind of like how was the process, the migration processes in Australia and also in Canada.
Mm,
And then the United States is different, is completely different. We didn't know that there was a legally way, easy way. I would say easy. I mean, not like 8 years like it could be in Australia probably. And we didn't know this that there was this opportunity to get the green card or be resident as soon as you get here. In
mm.
Australia, in Canada, you need to study, you need to be in a student visa for so long, and then you gotta complete some process
Requirements.
requirements, age, English. The requirement for English, you need to get a level of IELTS to get some points that you need for that process. Here, I mean, it's important the English. We all know that everyone that came here and that had the opportunity to learn something about the English that you are able to communicate, but you don't require an IELTS 7 or something like that to be approved. So that made the difference. Other than it was closer to, in my case, to Colombia.
That's fantastic. Yeah, also that flight to Australia is extremely long, extremely expensive. Yeah. So
Yeah,
United States won this battle this time.
yeah.
So I'm glad for that.
I love Australia anyway, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
beautiful
of
out there. Yeah,
course,
but
of course.
but
It
yeah,
should be
yeah.
an amazing country. But yeah, you are right. It's
Yep,
closer to your country. I mean, it's easier to get to visit your family and be,
that's
yeah,
correct.
closer in general. And you get the opportunities not the lifestyle maybe that you get in Australia, but you get the opportunities, like financial and working
Yeah.
opportunities, and for sure you are taking advantage of that. So, William, I'd like to know, you said you started this process just before the pandemic hit. So, what,
Actually,
yeah,
actually
how was that?
was when it was 2020 when the pandemic started.
Okay.
It started in March, and March 2020, and
Uh-huh.
we started the process in June or May
Okay.
in May 2020.
Okay. Okay. And how long took your process to be
My
completed?
my process was, to be exact, 3 years and 10 months, I would say.
Okay. 3 years and 10 months. Great.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
as soon as you, so when you were making this process, how were you feeling? I mean, were you also feeling anxious because it was taking longer than usual? What was
Yeah, you
your
got a lot of
experience?
you got phases. So in the first the first phase, so with the part with the Department of Labor, it was
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, I took the leap, but even now that we contact the company, we wanted to make sure, so the company answer back like, this is okay, we are doing the process with this company MCC, everything is okay. And then, so okay, we trust. And then when the first part, the Department of Labor approval came,
Mm-hmm.
or we saw a document, it was like, okay, so this is like happening. It was after 6 months, we unfortunately we went to the verification,
To
like
an
there is some
audit?
case, yeah, to an
Okay.
audit, right? So it was
Okay.
another 6 months in that time. But that part, it was like, okay, forget about it. Yeah, don't like, but uh, because of COVID, I remember that everything changed because MCC used to have an office in Bogota,
Mm-hmm.
and then everything moved to be like a service desk. Or
Yeah.
so at the beginning, it was kind of like hard to understand because like more all companies had to move into that.
Yeah.
But once we understand that how to process, how to do the request in Zendesk, and no, it was like we got answers when they got it. Sometimes you are frustrated, you need an answer, you want something to someone to tell you like this is happening, but sometimes in the process is nothing's happening, just waiting.
Yeah.
So after that, it was like, okay, phase one, it's okay. And then the second, it was quick, the with the USCIS, the
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes. The I-140.
I-140,
Mm-hmm.
and that was quick. But because again, it's you got when you are in this process, once you have to do it, and then wait,
Yeah. Forget about it until it's
forget about
completed,
it.
right?
Yeah. So it was all the time like, we need some documents. Okay, we'll do that part, and then it will take like, let's say, 1 week, 2 weeks, when you gotta complete some documents, or maybe it depends on the family, I guess. And then the next part will be the waiting for
The
the
third phase, the
the third
DSP-60,
phase. Yeah, the visa bulletin
consular.
to change.
Ah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
just waiting for the visa bulletin to change, to move. And
Mm-hmm.
then again, it was like, forget about it, because you get anxious. You don't know. You can buy things. You can have, even for us that we married in 2021, and so we wanted to have kids, and we were thinking like, okay, let's wait.
Yeah.
And then so everything is like, stop your plans, is true.
Mm.
But on the other hand, sometimes it's like in Australia, let's compare again. In
Mm-hmm.
Australia, you gotta study, you have to pay studies.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to get some jobs as with a student visa. If you are not resident, of course there is cases, but most of the time it's working in restaurants. So some visas those require that you that you work only part time. You cannot work full time.
Full time, yeah.
So it was, we were kind of like, okay, we are just wait and wait. And then, yep, I mean, life happened. And then, so when we got the news of I was that type of EB3 person that every time was trying to learn, understand, like what is the visa bulletin, what is the
Hmm.
table A, is the table B, like, and so I inform myself,
Hmm.
but sometimes it was like, okay, forget about it.
Yeah, because when you track that, it's like you don't know, there are some months where it moves, the others when it doesn't, others when it goes back. So yeah, if you don't want to be anxious during your process, yeah, I mean, start the process and check out every single month the webinars that our client success team makes, just to get to know what's going on. But be absolutely patient about the times,
Hmm.
because the owner of the time is the US government. There is nothing you guys can do, or us or the sponsor. It's up to the government. So yeah, everyone has to be extremely patient. It's super hard, because when you are that close to get your green card, I guess it's the most anxious moment of the whole process, because you are about to be there but not yet, but
Hmm.
like arriving. So yeah, I know that it can be difficult to handle that
Yeah.
anxiety.
Yeah, there
But yeah,
was.
it's the best recommendation I guess we can give to everyone who is thinking about starting this process, right?
Yeah, it was. There is also some cases that the visa bulletin was 8 days far from your priority date. So it's like what you can do. You had to wait another month, but
Hmm.
that's the good thing. Like you don't have to. You can continue your life like working in the same company, or if you wanna do. Maybe I think time is good. If we got time for study English, that's I would recommend
Yeah.
100% English is not vital like that. You cannot survive here, but if you have some English when you get here, life will be a little bit different because you got more opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. So moving on, how was your feeling during the interview? Did you feel nervous when you go into the interview with the consul? How was that?
That story is pretty funny. I was calm, I would say, but I was next to another person that he was extremely nervous, and I was
Okay.
like, oh, my God. So in that moment, it's like because even though that you are sure that you don't have any problem, that
Hmm.
you interview will go well. I was prepared. I would say that I was thinking that maybe the interview could be in
In
English as
English?
well. So I prepared myself for that interview, and then it was in Spanish. So that at that moment, I mean, when you have when they call you, and then you get there, and if you are the applicant, you are the one that's supposed to talk.
Hmm.
Uh, and then it was like, okay, it was simple question, maybe two or three questions like the same. How you hear about the job opportunity? So you gotta answer that it was through a
An
job
agency.
agency, the
Hmm.
agency. So um, who what I was migrating with? So it was my family. It was three questions. I was like, okay, that's it, pretty good, and then it was that's it, like, so all of the sudden that anxiety went away.
Wow. So at that moment, they told you, William, your permanent residency has been approved.
Yeah, yeah, actually you they don't, it depends of the consul, but I remember that she didn't say that because I was like, now what, so what happened. So
Yeah.
they will give you a letter that it
Mhm.
says like, okay, your process was approved. Yeah, yeah, it was like that. I mean, it was almost 2 years ago, more than two
Mhm.
years. But But that's it. She didn't say like if I think that if you are rejected, they will give you your passport back. So I knew that before when my visa, tourist visa. So I
Mm-hmm.
knew that if they will give me my my passports back, so I would say okay, this is a no. But no, it was like okay. I she said welcome to the United States. I now remember that she said that. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah,
So you
that's
went out of the embassy and you celebrated with your wife, or
yeah.
how was it?
Celebrate. Please celebrate when you have, even when you get those small steps like the Department of Labor approval with
Mhm.
the I-140. Go celebrate. That's, I mean, it's 3 years project. It's like not something that you go and do some process in some office government. Like no, it's like something that part of your project. So yeah, we celebrate.
Wow, that's great. So, okay, you got your permanent residency and then you put everything together to travel to the US and to move to the US. And then how was your process to start your job with Stoughton Trailers?
Okay, so we got here in January 2024. There was some, I would say, the also it was not only the help or the information that MCC gives you, but also there was some chat or community groups that were created by back when the on the webinars.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a lot of support from the community, people that moved. Maybe it was 1 month before us or 3 months. So that information helped a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So we bought our tickets, fix everything. Like we had like 3 months. We traveled within the 3 months gap, and then we got here, and then you gotta start doing things. The onboarding. We got contact with someone that I was doing the onboarding or helping out, but it was the community as well. It was like, hey, go to that the social security office, go there, ask for your social. Um, Someone recommend to us to if we had some relative or someone that we can trust in the United States, we can put that address to receive all the our documentation. It has to be someone that you trust. And then
Mm-hmm.
if you have someone, and then we did that. We didn't we had some relatives living in Florida, so we did that. And then we went to the social security office, and they gave us then the number, the social number,
Mm-hmm.
without the card. So the agent gave us the number, and then with that we could start doing some process like open a bank account. um, and then we got the social like 3 weeks, or no, 2 weeks. Actually it was 2 weeks, and the green card, we got the green card after 1 month probably.
Okay.
Mhm. So it was, I mean, it's not easy. It's getting in a new place here
Mm.
in Wisconsin. So it's winters, and we decided to come in winter, and it was hard at the beginning, but you gotta take step by step. So the same as the process.
Mm-hmm.
So the beginning was all the documents that you needed, or you need to go to the bank, you need to go to the buy a car, you need to
Mm-hmm.
go, and then you got support in with friends, with MCC, you got all the support. So we just ask, actually. It's like, oh, how can we do that? Let's go to there. So that's something that is pretty good. Actually, the community helps a lot here. You just need to ask, and so everyone will be willing to help you. That's amazing. That's something that I will highlight, is the community, how they help us, and then now we are trying to help, trying to give what we receive.
That's beautiful. So, William, as soon as you did everything that you needed to on that first month, then you got your green card in your hands. That's when you basically should start working for the sponsor, right? So you went to Stoughton Trailers, and what was your first impression?
Um, so we actually you need your social security to start working. So as soon as we got there, there was some communication with the person that it was in charge or communicate with Stoughton Trailers like, hey, this is a family that just came when it will be their onboarding. They gave my wife the opportunity to start working because when you get here, you need to buy a car, and then
Yeah,
we we didn't have the chance to buy two cars, and so we need to work both in the same,
in
because
the
you all
same
know
company.
the same
Yeah.
company. They gave the opportunity for my wife to start working there. So that's I had in my mind that that company was huge, like big company. But when I got there, it's like they have 7 facilities in all in the Wisconsin area. It's a big company. Of course, when you start working, they are expecting that they will be uh, not qualified job, so will
Yeah.
be a labor job.
Yeah.
But that's why I said you gotta prepare your resume before you get here. So that's why MCC asks you for your resume.
Hmm.
And then in my resume, I had the experience that I had in Australia working in a warehouse, and then they
Hmm.
put me driving the forklift.
Okay.
So I was lucky, I would say. I was lucky because I got the chance, like, working in the line, which is it
Okay.
depends. It depends what they need. So the company gave me the opportunity to complete the process to get the forklift driver license, which is they provided. You don't have to go any other like transit office. And
Wow.
then I started working in that area, and my wife worked in the line,
Okay.
and then she was there working. The plan was working for a couple of months while you get used to the weather, you get used to the people, the place, that then you feel comfortable to move forward. And then
Hmm.
she started applying for jobs in another areas, and she got a job after 4 months in a cheese company here in Wisconsin. Is the dairy state, so it's like
Okay.
she's a food science engineer. So she applied for that job, she got that job, and so that's why
That's great.
we work we worked it out.
And
So
that was
that's
fast. I mean, getting a professional job in 4 months, that was
yeah,
super fast.
that was fast. I would say that that was fast. Sometimes takes, you see that some people get here and get a job. Actually, with a Stoughton trailer, there is some candidates that they have English, or they have
Mm.
uh, maybe some background that fit in some position that they need to cover. So you need to complete 90 days trial, and then
Uh-huh.
you are able to move. They are looking for covering many positions. So there's people that as soon as they get here, they got a professional job, which is another option. It's not guaranteed, but if you work
But it
hard,
can
if you,
happen.
yeah.
Yeah. And usually the best thing, as you said, is speaking really good English so you can get like the best opportunities always. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm glad that yeah, it happens like that. So when you started working, what were you doing? I know you were not working as an assembler, which is the job that you applied to. I mean, that's the job that you should be like thinking about doing for that year, but you get to have another opportunity that the sponsor itself offered to you, and they needed they thought you were more valuable in another position, so that was great. But yeah, if you can tell us, for the people who is thinking about applying for Stoughton Trailers, which is open right now, um, to apply to, what would you say about the assembler job? I know you are not doing it, but your wife. But what was her opinion on the job, or what was her experience?
So is I think it's challenging experience,
Mm.
but the good thing is that when you come here, you know that you're coming into an assembly job. So of course it depends what they require at the moment that you start. If they
Okay.
need some people in some areas, that job might be easier or not that hard. Sometimes there are jobs like you need to move things, but the company is moving forward to implement many tools. Like, I'll give you an example. They used to, right, there is some facilities that they move the trailers by pushing sometimes. I mean,
Okay.
and then next year, there is the last plan. They will have a system that the trailers will move with a system, with a car, so people doesn't have to push. They are working in implementing new methods because they know that there is a job that sometimes is hard. But all my friends that we had a group of friends that we've been working for nearly 2 years in the company, and it's like you gotta move forward by doing the job that you need to do, even if that job is hard. But if you, the more you learn, the best attitude that you have, you can move, you can grow in the company. So I would say yes, it's a hard job, but there is there is a chance that you can, even if it's not growing like in a professional work, there is areas like working with sound machines that they are not that hard, and then you earn more if you are qualified for using those machines. So it's up to you.
Okay, yeah, and it's like it's the price you have to pay to get a green card, which is like the best document that someone from another country can get. So, what do you think is the most valuable aspect of you having a green card now that you have been living in the U.S. for yeah, for a few years now?
um, it's a huge difference in terms of if you wanna buy a car, let's say, so you can get a rate. The rate is pretty low. So if compared that you are, if you get a credit to buy a car, because you need unless you have $20,000 or 15,000 to buy a car in front, like in cash. So
Mm-hmm.
you need a credit. So without the green card, the interest rate is about 24, 18, something like that. As I remember that there was
Wow,
some people,
24%.
yeah, with a, if you are
Wow.
a tourist, if you are not resident. So if you
Okay.
are resident, my interest rate was 10%, and after 6 months they lowered to 6.5. So that
Wow.
makes a huge difference. Of course, right now with all this migration situation, so you feel like that you have your green card, you don't have to worry. Even if the news said that be worried, something, you don't need. You need to just bring your green card with you all the time, and
Mhm.
that will be all. That. So I think that one, the opportunity that my wife can get the green card, she was able to apply for many jobs. That the other part, that you can apply for many jobs, and so that's the other part, that you actually, they don't, I mean, if you have your background, your diplomas, your studies, but they trust you that you have those studies, so you just need to apply for the job and wait for the process.
Yeah, yeah, that's correct. So in the US, sometimes depending on the profession, you need to make some yeah, like having
Yeah,
some
of course.
qualifications. But
Yeah,
as you say, I mean, some companies just trust that you have the experience, that you know how to do the job, and sometimes it's not even asked that you can get those degrees or that you make this specific certificate. It's up to the company that you work with, right?
yep, yes. Is it depends of the profession, as you said. That is, if you are a lawyer or if you are a doctor, of course you need
Yeah.
certification, you need some process. But um, many professions that they trust what it says in your resume, and then it's like, and then you need to prove it, of course.
Yeah, of course. Okay. And William, so you have completed already the year that was necessary to work with the sponsor. Are you still working with them or have you moved? What are you doing right now?
Yeah, I'm still working with them. So I worked for 6 months in the logistics area or
Mm-hmm.
shipping area,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was job position that they opened for the methods improvement, and they needed bilingual people that were able to communicate with the operators or the employees, that because they have this gap or this barrier between the supervisors and the employees that doesn't speak English. So once they want to translate or they want to communicate and talk to train the people, so there was a need of that. So as I said, in that moment I didn't have the English that I have now. I have
Okay.
a lot of things to improve, but I think that's the other part. I was able to communicate, to understand what my boss wanted, and then they say, and by the time, of course, talking with the supervisors, with the employees, with many people during that time. So that's also another highlight, that I think that it helped me a lot to improve my fluency. Probably, I would say I understood everything, but sometimes it's like you don't know what to say. That's
Yeah,
so
when
that's
like the beauty contestants are like,
yeah.
I speak by very slow.
Yeah. So back to the topic. So I was in that position for nearly 8 months, and then I did a certificate in data analytics here in
Okay.
the United States with an online platform. And then I started working with some data, which, as I had experience, so they saw that I had some knowledge on that, and the company needed someone to work with the quality metrics. So in August, yeah, it was in August this year, they offered me a full position, salary position, to work with the company. Um, so now I'm a quality data analyst, and so I'm planning to stay with the company.
Wow, that's great. You grew a lot. So
Thank you.
you've been there for what, like a year? No, like almost 2 years?
Or nearly 2 years. Yeah, I
Almost
started
two
in
years.
February 2024, which is will be in 2 months. I will be completing my first 2 years.
Wow, that's fantastic. Congratulations.
Mm.
And
And
yeah,
there
I don't
is,
know if you want to
sorry
add.
to,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I would like to add that there are more stories. Like, I have a friend that he started in as assembler. He's a um, mechanic engineer. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah, mechanic engineer, uh, mechatronic engineer. Yeah, that's.
Okay.
And then he now is working in the automatization team,
Yeah.
as an engineer. So there was, yeah, with the that's the other part, that with the EB-3 program, they are seeing your resume, like the people that they know that the mm, more, more people are coming with a professional background. So every time that a family gets here, they verify your resume. That's why I will recommend working your resume before it gets here.
Okay. That's fantastic, William. So this is super exciting for, yeah, I guess for everyone who is watching this live, because they sometimes people cannot imagine what life would look like after you get to the U.S. and then you start working with the sponsor. I bet you didn't imagine that you will be working for the company for almost 2 years, that you maybe had the opportunity to grow that fast. I bet you were not imagining that happening, right?
Yeah, no, you never know. You never know. You can ask for opportunities like get here and can you give me that position? It's like you need to prove. You need to prove that what you are made of, and that's what I like. I mean, I know that the all processes are different. I know that many people are maybe having bad times or hard times.
Yeah.
That happens. That could happen, but I think that it depends how you prepare yourself. So yeah, I was lucky, but there is actually today I was training another EB-3 candidate that is he arrived here in 2 months ago actually.
Okay.
I don't know if
Okay.
you
Ricardo, okay.
Ricardo. And so because I left that position that I was, Ricardo now is taking
Ah,
my
he's taking
position.
it.
Yep.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yep.
Okay. Well, William, I think your experience is super great to be shared. Now, I would like you. We are about to, yeah, to
Work.
close this live. I'm really thankful for your time and to sharing this information with us. But now I would like you to invite the people who is thinking about starting this process. What would you tell them so we can say goodbye and you can say goodbye to
Yeah.
everyone in this life. So yeah, what would you say to someone who is thinking about starting this process and that is having some doubts? What would you say?
No, I would say that first, thank you for my audience. No, I will say that if you are thinking about it, um, don't just go and take it. You got time, but this is a process that we can trust. And actually, my family, like I got three cousins that we joined to the program, and there was one friend. So the process is real, but that doesn't make that is easy. And so if you are consider, if you are willing to move, if you have in your plans that you want to migrate, that's a good opportunity. And if it fits for your family, for your children, for the what you want, go ahead. Don't pay much attention to what it's saying in the media. I mean, there is true in many things, but it's like it depends. Like verify with your sponsor if you want. That's something that help us a lot.
Mm.
They are willing to say, yeah, this is true, it's okay. If you can do it, go ahead. So yeah, but uh, this is a good process, and then we are here. If you are coming to Stoughton, so I will be probably here, and then I will be able to help you as a community here. Now in Stoughton, not the company, the town where we used to be only like two or three families. Now it's like I would say like 20 families living here in Stoughton. So now we have friends. We
That's
have family.
great. Okay, well,
Thank you very
William,
much.
thank you so much. Yeah, and for everyone, the invitation is for you to follow William. If you have questions, William can help you with those. You can follow him. He has his referral link. If you want to get a benefit from getting to know him, he will be happy to help you all. And if you want to schedule a meeting with us, remember that you can go to our website and schedule this meeting so we can solve all your questions in regards of this process. Now that you get to know this this family, this opportunity, don't hesitate to take action because that's what made William right now stay in the US with his permanent residency and get to have all this success and this growth in Stoughton Trailers. So you can do it too. So yeah, that will be it. Now once again, William, if you want to add something before we leave.
No, thank you, Anna. Thank you for this time. Thank you for everyone listening to me. And then so there will be more opportunities in Spanish as well. I was kind of
Yeah, and your
nervous.
English is great. It's great. I'm glad that you, yeah, like make an effort to make it better. I think that
Thank
makes
you.
the difference absolutely. So yeah, thanks to
Okay.
all your effort, now you
Thank you.
have the results that you get.
Thank you very much.
Okay, something
Okay.
else or no? We just
No,
leave.
I have my notes here. No, I think that's pretty much. You think that did I miss something?
No, I don't think so. Now, I'm gonna be here to hear that your baby was born in about March with great health, and that your family is growing, and that your dreams are coming through. So I'm super excited by that, and I wish you the best. And everyone who's here listening, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you. Some sleepless no nights will come.
Yeah, you will be ready for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you,
Thank
everyone. Have a
you.
good night. Bye
Have a good
bye.
night.
Bye, Will.
Bye bye.